welcome to my channel. I'm so thankful that you have clicked on this video. In today's video we are going to do Liam's birth story and I will show you guys him in just a second. Let's get into it.
Behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
So it all started on Monday, February 27th of this year, 2017. And I remember waking up that day and I was like, okay, I know they're not gonna let me eat anything before I give birth, or when I get in the hospital, they're not gonna let me eat anything. So I wanna go eat my favorite place right now. My favorite breakfast place is a home cooking type of restaurant, and like grits and toast and bacon and sausage and eggs, and oh my gosh, I had everything. It was amazing. So I remember eating that, and then after that I remember going back to the house to meet my mom because she was gonna meet me before we went to the hospital. Of course, she wanted to be there. So in the room when I first got there, I remember them saying, okay, we're gonna induce you. So first they started giving me 2 pills every 4 hours. And I'm not sure what those names are. If I find out what they're called, I will put in a link right here saying exactly what they're called. So I remember them giving me that every 2 hours. I think I finally progressed to like maybe a 4 or something. And then so me and Daniel, we ended up walking around the hospital trying to get things going. Nothing was going on and it was sad, but thankfully we had a great nurse. Like, she talked me through most of it because we had a different nurse the second half, but both of them were really, really sweet.
I remember the first one was like all about, okay, the epidural's okay, it's not gonna be that big of a deal. And I remember the second nurse was like, actually, I think she had like tons of kids. I don't even know how many kids she had, but I remember she had a lot of kids and she had them all natural, and I think she even had them in her house. So
that was pretty neat, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna try to do this, I'm gonna try to do it naturally. Like, that's what I really wanted to do, but once I actually felt the pain, I don't know, I guess I don't have a high tolerance for pain as I thought I did. After I took probably like 4 of those pills, and then I ended up going through the night, and we got there at 12:45 that day, and I remember getting through the night, and it's so hard to remember everything, so try to jot down some notes or something. Not really, but like maybe, I don't even know. I remember taking those pills, and they started working to get me to a 4, and me and Daniel walking. So then we came back and everyone was trying to go to sleep, and I started getting so uncomfortable. I wasn't progressing any. It's just really uncomfortable, and because they want you to lay on your side and everything, you can't really be comfortable that way. So I was steadily at a 4 and a 5 through the night, and it was probably 9 or 10 at night. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get the epidural. At least it'll like make things go. And I was worried I was gonna have to have a C-section because I was gonna be in labor for too long, because I think it's like if you're in labor for too long, they just have to go ahead and give you a C-section. I really did not want that. I got the epidural and it really was not that bad. I was really upset because Daniel, nobody could be in the room. Like, it was sad because I thought that he could at least be in the room, the father, but no, it was for everyone's safety and all this other stuff. So everyone had to go out of the room, and I remember everybody like freaking out because I was freaking out. I was in so much pain. And then the nurses were so nice, and 2 of them were actually like interning, so that was really cool. One of the girls, she was like, just bury your head in my chest. So I buried, like, the contractions honestly hurt worse than the needles going in my back. I'm pretty sure that they pricked me 3 times, or like right in the middle of my spine, right in the middle of my back, and they pricked me 3 times and it did not hurt. I don't know why people go crazy about that. I know some people were like scared of needles, so that like makes people feel like it hurts more, basically. So I got the 3 shots, and then he was like, this guy was so funny. He was like, do you love me? Do you love me? He was trying to make it funny, and I was like, oh, okay. At least he's funny about it. He's not all serious and stuff. So he poked the needle in my back, and honestly, instantly, I didn't feel the contractions anymore. They were getting so bad because I remember looking at the paper, you know, where it shows the contractions going up and down. I remember it going all the way above the paper right before he stuck that needle in, and I was like, hold on, I got a contraction, I don't want to do this right now. because I was so scared I was gonna jump. That's what I was scared of. I was so scared that I was going to jump and then he wasn't gonna put it in the right place or something. But he's really good at his job, so he obviously did what he needed to do. He got the needle in my back. I remember everyone coming back in the room. Well, actually, before anyone came back in the room, they gave me a catheter. And honestly, I didn't even feel that. I was so nervous about that because I totally forgot I had to get that. And so when you get your an epidural, because you can't feel if you have to pee or anything. So they put the catheter in, and I didn't feel that at all. A lot of people say that it hurts a lot. Every birth is different, you guys, so you just got to remember that throughout this video. So they put the catheter in, and I was like, okay, how can I lay? I don't remember exactly how they had me laying that way, but I was nervous to lay on my back because I was scared the string that was hanging on my back was gonna rip out. Everybody came back in, and I remember they were like, you're a different person. I was like, yeah, I'm feeling good now. I don't even feel any pains. And I remember everybody was looking at like the screen of contractions, and it was just like going crazy. And the nurse came back in there to check to see how much I was dilated, and after like 30 minutes of getting the epidural, I was already at like a 6 or 7. It was crazy how time went after this. But I mean, I went through the night in pain still. Right when I got to like a 9 and 10, this was at like 7 something in the morning on February 28th. It was like I was at a 7, dilated around a 7, or them coming there and keep checking me. I would not get past a 7. Like it was at a 7 or 8. I don't know. It was just like so close to the end, and I was getting so frustrated, and I just wanted to be over with. So she came in there and she checked me. She's like, you're still at a 7. I'm like, okay. I think I got to like a 9 or 10. I don't know if they waited to pop my water after a 10 or before. But I remember my doctor came in there and they popped my water. The water broke and not much water came out. So I didn't get to feel that feeling everyone talks about of the just water explosive and everything. But whatever. I was just so ready to meet Liam. Like, I didn't even care about that. It's really hard to remember this, you guys. Like, I'm not even kidding. The contractions, like, I feel like they were hurting and like burning, and it was, when I got to a 10, it was like in my, not in my back, but like my butt almost. It was really weird. It was such the weirdest feeling. I can't even describe it. And I wish I would have done this video a little bit earlier just so I could tell you more in detail. After all that was done with, I was at a 10, and I was like, you guys, I have to push. I was like, his head is right there. He's literally about to come out. Nobody would believe me. I was so stressed out. I was like, his head's about to come out. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. My body was like trying to make him push out. I felt him. I knew he was about to come out. I literally could just pull him out myself, I felt like. So then there was 3 other girls giving birth at the same time as me, and they all had the same doctor, which was horrible. So I remember my doctor, she came in there and she sat down. She was like, let's do this, girl. He's right there. I was like, yeah, see, I told you guys. I knew he was right there. I was just so worried that they were gonna have to cut me and all this stuff, because I could kind of feel everything, but not really. Like, it was just a lot of pressure, and I just didn't know exactly what was going on down there. My mind was just everywhere because I was excited to meet Liam, and I can't wait to show you guys him. He's so precious. So I was just ready to meet him, and Daniel was on this side, and I think my mom was over here. It was such a beautiful moment. Like, those last moments of labor were so passionate, and oh my God, I can cry right now. Like, this is why people are not afraid to give birth again, because of these last few moments of giving birth. So after, I literally pushed 3 times. 3 times, you guys, and he was out. Okay, so I just remember Daniel, he looked at me and he seen his head. He was like, oh my God, baby, it's curly hair, or something like that. And he doesn't even have curly hair right now. The worst part was I remember them getting him out and them laying on my chest, and they had to take him really fast because they did not want him to cry or anything because he was pooping as he was coming out, and they were scared that he pooped inside of me, and if he was to do that, it could get in his lungs and it would do really bad for him. So they had to put tubes down his nose and throat, trying to get everything out so he was able to cry, and he was breathing perfectly fine and everything, so that wasn't a big deal. I'll insert a few pictures and stuff right here too of this moment, this special moment. Yeah, so it was just a great moment, great experience. I'm gonna give y'all the details of the afterwards too. I mean, I feel like a lot of people leave that part out. I'm having to stitch me up and I still couldn't feel that. I felt them pull the catheter out. I think they might have pulled it out before, maybe before Liam came into the world. And they also had a suction cup on his head as well before they pulled him out. As soon as they laid him on my chest, took him away, took the drains down his throat to get the poop out, if there was any in there, Daniel was over there with him, and he kept running back and forth to see both of us because he was worried about me, worried about Liam, and like it was just amazing, you guys. If you're watching this video and you're about to have a baby, you are in for it. You just wait. It is the best feeling ever. So after they got me all stitched up and everything, they let me hold Liam, and we got some pictures with family members. Daniel did skin to skin with him while I was getting stitched up and everything. That was such a good moment. After everybody stopped visiting, we packed all of our stuff up and we moved to another room. And I can't remember if I walked or I think I might have walked. I think I actually just started getting up and walking, and the worst thing was I had to pee, and they helped me like clean up myself and everything because it was pretty nasty. It was disgusting because he did poop when he came out, so I had it all over me too. I mean, if this is too much information for you, you should not be watching this video. I didn't bleed a lot, but I kind of did, and I had to wear, you have to wear long pads, and then sometimes they'll give you these hospital underwears, but I really just wanted to wear my own because they were more comfortable, and the hospital ones, they itch you and everything. And I did not want to deal with that. We moved to the other room, and it was so tiny. It was literally, I don't even know if one small car could fit in it. And you have family wanting to come visit you and everything. And another thing I didn't like was that they just let everybody in there. They didn't say only this many people can be in there at a time. It was really overwhelming with just like all these people in there at once, which I wanted them all to be there, but not at the same exact time because we were still trying to like realize, oh my God, we just had a baby. So Daniel had this tiny chair that was beside of me that was literally touching the bed and touching the window. And so he had this little tiny chair that he slept in. So that was pretty rough. Really hard to pee. It was really scary. Like I cried every time I went. Daniel was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yes." I breastfed through the night the whole time we were there, and I still breastfeed 5 months later. Hated them coming in there because like the nurses always would come in there and make sure you were feeding every 2 hours, and if you didn't write it on the chart, like 3 or 4 in the morning, I just gave birth and I'm supposed to write on a chart what time and all this other crap, how much he ate, how long, all this other stuff every time he ate. And it was just stressful because they would get mad at us or mad at me because I didn't write it down. And like, we're all tired and like stressed and happy and buggy. Let me go get him real quick. So here is Liam. He was getting pretty grouchy over there. I don't know how long he's gonna sit still. Where was I at? I don't even know. But yeah, I just didn't really like that. So I was ready to go home, and we left about 2 days later. Say hey. Hey, Buggy. But yeah, I'm just so thankful to have him in my life. And Daniel, we just are really blessed because he is such a good baby, sleeps through the night most of the time. And he's such a smiley baby, smile all the time. That's gonna be it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope that it was helpful, and ask any questions down below if you are still curious about some different things, and maybe I can help you out a little bit. Also, for further videos, comment down below on what kind of videos you want to see on this channel, because this is my first video. So, and we also have a vlog channel, see how we live every single day with a baby boy. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Click that subscribe button down below. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.